If I could do it all over, would I do anything different? Probably not. I like what it took to get here. I like what I do for a living. And this is my Unmixed. When I first started doing music, I started out in my mom's basement, using Cool Edit Pro, and I think we had like a little microphone that we had on top of the screen, like, you know, it was like a little audio thing that went on top of the screen or whatever. But working in my mom's basement for like summers, it was crazy. You know what I mean? It wasn't no air down there. We had fans, we had all type of different stuff that, you know, the average basement has, but we bought the inspiration to that space. So I think that's what, you know, I love about Unmixed, is that they give you a chance to kind of get back into that raw element and get back to that, you know, the essence of how you started to create music before it was polished and what it sounded like before, you know, the industry gets a hold of it and it goes radio and does all these big things that our records do. It still has to go through a process. And what's up, everybody? It's Fix, and I'm here on Unmixed today to walk through a couple EQs that I use on R&B vocals. So I'm gonna hop right in. Already got something set up here. I got some lead vocals and some backgrounds included all in this session. But as you can see, everything's here. Bunch of different things going on. But like I said, I'm gonna start off with the EQs. And for this artist, she had her own little setting and everything that she wanted to do using the CLA. It's actually not one of the plugins that I use all the time, but I like it. I think it adds a nice, you know, color to the vocals and gives it a little bit more movement. The compression is pretty cool on here. I like the treble, which is, you know, like the highs and everything in it too. I rarely use the reverb portion, but we're gonna see what we got here first. So I'm gonna just play the record. Yeah. So just in the beginning of those already, I could hear a little bit of a harshness going on. So I want to try to get as close to how she would sound naturally. So with having this already on here, and that was the artist pick. So just remember to always keep the artists and the songwriters in mind when they're recording with you, so that you can build that relationship, and hopefully they'll come back and want to work with you continuously because you're able to give them what they want. So just real quick, just looking at it and listening to it already, I kind of already want to add like a little EQ to this. So let's play it again. Yeah. Alright, so I have my bus set up here. And if you don't know how to set up buses, I will do a YouTube and let you know how I set up my buses, so that you can set up your buses and be able to have more flexibility inside of your mixes. Going to my EQ, I like using the REQ6, just because I like the flexibility. It's short, straight to the point, and it's like one of the sleepers of the Wave package. But this is what I use for my vocals, my vocal EQ, just starting out. And if I need to use other EQs, and then, you know, if it's getting, you know, tight down the line of the mix, might change it up. But as of right now, working with these first 8 bars, I'm gonna use this. So what I usually do is I roll off, kind of just listen. Now I rolled off my ends and my lows because I wanted to try to like fit in the record properly. Once the drums and everything get added, you kind of want to make sure that the vocals aren't competing with the low end of the drum. So once I start taking the low end out, you got to be careful with taking your low end out, because you still want to keep some fullness and some, some type of overall feel to your vocal. You don't want it to sound hollow either. So make sure that you are watching how much low end you take out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Alright, so now that I rolled off the low end, I'm start working inside of the other portions of the EQ. Yeah. I want it to sound full, so yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna give a little bit more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And all this is still keeping in mind of, what the overall sound of the vocal is compared to the music. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I think it's starting to get, a little bit shape in the form. Kind of want to just kind of keep it tight. I don't want to lose too much. In an R&B record, it's important to make sure that you keep the feel of the vocals. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One thing to go on to, one thing that I've been hearing just instantly is the beginning of the vocal. I want to kind of take that out. Add a nice little fader to it. Take these little breaths out. Do the same thing at the end. I'll even show another YouTube of how I vocal comp and edit my vocals also too, so I'm not going to get so deep into that, but you'll hear the reason why I just added those little beginning cutoffs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So already it's starting to sound a lot smoother with the EQ that we added. So I'm going to just give it a little fader right here. Now let's loop it and see what we sounding like now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which I think that's pretty cool. So let's remove her plugin. See what we got raw. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And let's remove my EQ. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So as you can see, you hear the difference in, and like I said before, recording in the bedroom and recording in the garage and the basement and everything, I think it's like one of the most comfortable places that you can record in. But you got to make sure that you are optimizing your, your plugins and the usage of them to be able to get the sound that you want. So like I said, these vocals were recorded in, not in the studio, and not in the area where it can kind of really like be considered industry standard. But sometimes as an artist, you gotta make it work. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So I think it sounded pretty dope. So now what I'm gonna do is actually go into her settings here. Yeah, and I'm gonna fix certain things to kind of just make the vocal a little tighter. I really like the delay that they're using here. So now we can come back into our original EQ, move some things around. So now I think it's sitting nicely once the music gets added in. You know, kind of compete with the drums and different things. I think it's sitting right in the middle of the mix as of right now. And before you get into the compression, which I'll do another YouTube on, you know, how I compress these same vocals. But as of right now, I think the EQ is feeling comfortable. Maybe you could turn the highs down a little bit. Play with the range a little bit. Now that we went over a couple steps that I use before I get into the mixing portion of my record, some EQs and other things, I'm going to do another video that shows the compression portion of it though. But I want to give a shout out to Unmixed for letting me come on the platform and showing what I do. Shout out to Chester City. I'm out.